A battlefield full of dangerous obstacles and young campers. A theater of drastically shifting emotions where a snobby critic judges from high above, and a conspiracy theory centered around a milkman. The following are not nonsensical descriptions, but all levels contained in the video game Psychonauts, one of the greatest platformers in the medium. But chances are, the name won't sound familiar to you. Psychonauts is known for its cult classic status, meaning it's absolutely fantastic to some, but never really caught on to mainstream popularity such as titles like Mario or Sonic. But this game is so imaginative, so hilarious it can make you crack a smile with any line of dialogue, and so fun it really comes into its own and stands out from other platformers. So prepare a fine beverage and get comfortable, as this video will be a long overdue introduction to Psychonauts, the best platformer you've never played. Psychonauts is the brainchild of Tim Schafer, the creator of the game company Double Fine and once a designer of LucasArts, working on titles such as Day of the Tentacle, Grim Fandango, and Full Throttle. On the latter, Tim wanted the main character to have a peyote-based dream sequence where he learned new information. LucasArts didn't approve of the idea, so when Tim and a few buddies left the company to work on their own game, this concept was expanded upon and became their main focus. A character traveling through the minds of others and viewing the world through their eyes. Or as Tim quoted from a coworker, "If you could go through someone's world, what color would the sky be?" The game is centered around a young boy named Rasputin, who runs away from the circus to become a psychonaut, a mental secret agent who jumps into people's minds and fights their inner demons and learns more about them. Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp is the location where children with psychic abilities become Psy Cadets. Naturally, since Rasputin ran away from home, the counselors have called his parents and will be arriving to pick him up in a couple of days. Rasputin only has a short amount of time to become a psychonaut or risk losing the opportunity forever. This is all the more pressing as a giant monster has been rumored to lurk around the lake, and a crazy dentist is stealing the brains of campers for a nefarious reason. Psychonauts' main overworld is the summer camp of Whispering Rock, which can be an absolute joy to experience. This can be from talking to your fellow campers, who are all fun additions to the cast, to exploring every nook and moss-covered cranny to find secret collectibles for the camp-wide scavenger hunt, or spending arrowheads to buy abilities and items to help search for other collectibles. Walking around this hub world invokes a sense of nostalgia for anyone who went to summer camp, that time in our lives where things appeared more simple and were focused on more daily fun to be had rather than the mundane distractions we experience as we get older. While small, this feeling is pervasive throughout Whispering Rock. Now, a platformer is only as good as its mechanics. No matter the artistic talent on display, it has to have a fun moveset for the player to use. Otherwise, it can feel sloppy and not be an enjoyable experience. In this category, Psychonauts is fantastic as well. Rasputin is an acrobat, so his abilities allow him to be very mobile, making traversal of obstacles fun, which includes his double jump as well as a glide, but also, Raz can create a ball to balance on top of to move faster through a level. This can also be chained while jumping and then quickly gliding to cover more distance. In addition, you also have a lock-on where you can flip and cartwheel around enemies while shooting projectiles, letting you become a cartwheeling god in front of your enemies, while also serving a very practical use. Rasputin's moveset allows traversal to become an absolute joy for anyone who's a fan of platformers based off their mechanical options to the player. But the main core to Psychonauts is the levels themselves. Their focus on individuals' thoughts and character are what makes this game really stand out from other platformers. As a Psychonaut in training, Rasputin can travel into people's minds and experience what's going on inside their heads, fight their demons, empathize with their struggles, and traverse their planes of thought. This is an absolute genius and fantastic way of framing levels because it allows a better understanding of a character and expands their characterization for more than just a surface level appearance. This allows more fantastical and varied level designs than if it was taking place in a more realistic setting. Immediate examples that come to mind would include the Paranoid Boyd's Milkman conspiracy level, where the walkways are all jumbled in varying directions, going sideways and even upside down. Its background a greenish hue with white lines spread across it, visually representing being caught in a web, which shares parallels to Boyd's paranoia that everyone is out to get him. Or take Sasha 9's level. Sasha is a very stoic and calm character, so his thoughts are all controlled and locked away in his psyche, unable to escape and be expressed. That is, unless someone else is the cause of it, which then transforms into singular compact sections, where you are tasked with hitting targets and setting them back to how they originally were. This focus on mental characterization is true for every level in the game, but what makes this more so is the game's collectibles in each level. When entering a person's mind, there are 4 types of collectibles to look out for. The first are mental figments. These boost your psi rank and are additional doodles that add more detail to a level. The second are mental cobwebs that can be picked up with a cobweb duster. The third is emotional baggage. These bags can only be sorted if you find the proper tag. And the last of these being the memory vaults. These scattered vaults can be opened to experience a memory of the mental host. And it's in these memories where a revelation of Psychonauts occurs. And that is how dark this game can get. It displays issues such as bipolar disorder, loss, insanity, heartbreak, and rejection. When these discoveries are known, it allows the player to realize how these characters' bad experiences have shaped them. Look at the details of a level's architecture or makeup for examples of how their past still clings to them. Rasputin never directly comments on these troubles of the people he helps, but as the player, you get it. To illustrate this, let's take a look at Agent Milla Vodello. Milla is one of the instructors of Whispering Rock's summer camp. She's kind, fun, stylish, and a great teacher. When traversing her stage, you see her love for disco and how everything should be groovy on full display. A memory vault shows her adventures with Sasha 9 and possible romance on display. Everything appears to be great. But at the heart of the dance floor, where most of the campers are gathered, you can enter a hidden area in plain sight. Notice a memory bank all by itself, and then this happens.
Now you definitely don't want to go in there. That's a party killer right there.
Darling, what are you doing down here? The party is upstairs.
Lucky for you, I have my nightmares under control. These things can take you to a world of pain, trust me. Now quick, let's get back to the party, okay?
Darling, if you're looking for the makeup room, you've come to the wrong place.
Each character you go inside the mind of is filled with past guilt that haunts them for years, things that might not even be their fault, yet they still cling to them despite their intentions, just as I'm sure you and I do as well. It doesn't have to be anything drastic or big to have something bother you for a while, but in spite of this, I think Psychonauts can offer advice to anyone no matter what they're going through. That advice being that connections with others can bring about the best in people and help us create the change we want in ourselves. Rasputin travels through the minds of others and understands fractions of their pain and hardships and gives the best amount of support he can. Because of this, these characters realize they're not alone and they have the strength to beat their own demons. Yes, this is a game where you can be a Godzilla-like monster to fish people, but it's also a game where human connection is shown to offer a hand in the darkness of your own thoughts. It makes the impossible more bearable. And that is a powerful message to put in a video game. And that is Psychonauts, the best platformer you've never played. I just want to say right off the bat, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of this video. A link is in the description if you're eager to buy this game. While you're there, I would appreciate a like or dislike on this video or a comment to get your thoughts, and to ask you to subscribe if you like this type of content and want to see more. Making this video was an absolute blast, so I hope it's been enjoyable to watch. My name is Pollymacho. Thank you for your time. I'll see you on the next one.